Bitcoin is a $2 trillion asset. It's an inflation hedge, and it's getting jam-packed into so many freaking retirement portfolios through ETFs. It's kind of crazy because no ETFs in history have amassed the volume that the Bitcoin ETFs have. I'm not really even here to talk about that, but I just wanted to open up with some heavy news, and I mean weighed by market cap, about Bitcoin. Today, we're going to be looking a little bit at Bitcoin mining. In particular, we are facing the biggest difficulty adjustment in about half a decade, and it's one of the biggest difficulty drops in Bitcoin history. What does that mean, and how can we benefit from that? I'm Vosk, you're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, and I basically make Bitcoin videos every day lately. At the time of recording, this adjustment has not happened yet, but it will happen after we get this edited, and I'll post a video that day that it's adjusting. This is the recent buzz. Estimated difficulty drop minus 9%. Typically, we see plus or minus 3%, right, roughly. That's substantial. That's almost a double-digit difficulty drop, and to be honest, it's just kind of weird and unexpected in these current market conditions. And Altair Tech shared this. I've talked about Altair numerous times over the years. In particular, I love his mining PDUs. They are the best PDUs for mining we've ever used. I'll drop a link down below, and we've got a coupon code with them, which is the best coupon code he will offer, which is code VoskCoin to save some coin. He also has a smart version, which is pretty cool if you want smart features, but it does come at a premium there. I have more Bitcoin mining hash rate than I ever have historically. And to be honest, I have to. And don't congratulate me because you see an 8. I don't deserve it. I'm not there yet. My 24-hour hash, when all my miners are online, is about 7.8. I'm close. But no cigar. I'm basically one current generation miner away. But I'm running about 50 Bitcoin miners. We've got about 8 petahash. And what does that equate to, right? So before this difficulty adjustment, right, I'm earning about $400 to $415 a day in Bitcoin, or if I squint a little bit, 0.004 BTC every day. And that's after paying fees like this 1% mining pool fee and so on. So if you've seen any of my stuff, I've been documenting my Bitcoin mining farm build journey here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, and it's gotten real serious over the years, and it's really just kind of picked up pace. It's been interesting, it's been challenging, it's been fun, it's been engaging, right? And so when I see news like this come across my screen, I am absolutely interested. I am absolutely excited. And when you look at the hash rate adjustment by a percentage change, this is crazy news. So I'm working hard to keep all of my gear running. Like for example, I recently got my S21 back after being repaired, and it was sitting in a warranty center for half a year, and I eventually get a bill, and I made a video talking about my experience. Oh my gosh, my green screen has rugged me. Oh my god. I trusted you. Mining Disrupt is back.
I'm back.
Again this year, November 11th to 13th, the world's biggest Bitcoin mining expo. And this time, it's in Texas, just minutes from the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. Check it out with the link out in the video description below. I've returned. And basically, it's not working properly. I can't run it at full hash, TLDR. But what I can do is I can underclock it a little bit, and it's supposed to do 200 terahash a second, and I'm getting a realized hash rate of about 176 terahash over the last 24 hours. The last 24 hours, 43 million emission, right? And so if Bitcoin is, let's just call it 10% less difficult to mine, you're essentially mining 10% more Bitcoin in a mining pool atmosphere, right? So the way that the TLDR is the way that the whole algorithm works and adjusts. If a bunch of miners turn on, it becomes more difficult to mine to achieve its just emission curve and to make sure that it puts out the proper amount of Bitcoins over time. Less difficulty, more mining profitability. That's the TLDR. We've talked a lot about mini miners, solo mining. We're huge fans of power mining. They make the best BitX gammas and the best nerd QX++s, in my humble opinion, in the game. We've got a link in the video description below to grab one. More importantly, a coupon code VoskCoin to save 10% on these. But where I bring this up and where it gets more exciting is the fact that I get about 5 terahash a second. These technically do 4.8, but with decreased difficulty, which is a function of a lower network hash rate, then your chance to hit a Bitcoin block solo mining Bitcoin increase. Less difficult. It's less difficult, right? Lower difficulty, less difficult. To keep it simple, it's really just that simple. As is, at current Bitcoin price, even with the current status of Bitcoin mining, there are very, very many profitable Bitcoin miners, but some of them are very big, very expensive, and very industrial, only running on 3-phase electricity. When it comes to smaller and maybe even medium scale Bitcoin mining, there's still a lot of devices and a lot of options. For example, the S21XP is basically the best efficiency you can buy out right now, $13 a day, but that comes at a premium. The best bang for buck right now in the mining game is the BitDeer SealMiner A2 for air-cooled, and actually the Canon Avalon A1566i for immersion is an incredible miner if you already have an immersion setup and you're looking especially to replace dated S19 Bitcoin mining hardware. I really enjoyed my miners. I wish that they were more powerful, more efficient, but even as is, it's a rock star performer and it runs on single phase electricity. Canon's also recently unveiled their A1566 for $6,500. You can get a whopping 480 terahash, but it's going to come at the power consumption of 8,200 watts, about 18 watts or joules per terahash of Bitcoin mining efficiency. Higher efficiency, worse. It's like burning more gas driving to get to the same destination. Higher efficiency, higher electric bill. Lower efficiency, number, but it would technically be higher efficiency, lower electric bill. Even though Bitmain has had the worst performing hardware release in a very long time in the mining game with the S21 series, the S21 III is still going to come out as a leader in mining efficiency. At about 11 joules or watts per terahash. These are future orders and they're pretty far out, Q1 2026. All of this pricing is taking off here of Coin Mining Central. We have an affiliate account with them, right? And coupon code, all that stuff. I purchased miners from them in the past. It's been a good experience, all that stuff. But the key thing I want to illustrate here is that if you're not buying orders in the millions and millions, you're gonna get a better price from a reseller in this current era of Bitcoin mining. You may not even simply get the opportunity, right? Well, I'll just go direct to Bitmain because Vosk just wants to show me a reseller, so he earns his whopping 3% on the affiliate sale. No, let's go to Bitmain's site. How much are you selling the S23 for? Wait a second. It's not even here. You can't even pre-order that air-cooled one. So just something to understand and be aware of. Also, whenever I get gear directly from Bitmain, I pay full tariffs on it. It's never DDP or anything, and that is a huge additional bill at the current tariff mining game. Let's talk about best-in-class miner for what it is, right? 90 terahash a second while only consuming 1,700 watts of electricity. It runs on 110 to 240 voltage. It has multiple modes here. And basically the big takeaway on this device, and I have one in my garage and it's very nice, is this has some of the best efficiency for the form factor, right? This is something that you can plug into an outlet in your living room. It's Q for quiet. It works over Wi-Fi, but you pay a premium for it being small, for it being quiet, for it being able to run on 110 voltage, right? If electricity is easy, watch our electricity guide if you need to learn more about that. The Mini 3 is essentially the same thing, but just a smaller package, right? For $1,000 before discounts, you get about 38 terahash a second. You can essentially double that price, 1,800, and then you get 90 terahash a second. You're getting substantially more hash rate, right, for the money, but it still doesn't compare, right? You know, I'm spending nearly $2,000 on this, or I can spend low 3,000s after a coupon code to get 228 terahash a second with, yes, about double the power consumption. Really, in this current era, it's going more and more towards industrial mining, but all it takes is for Bitcoin to rip and to go to like 200K a coin, which is not even a 2x at this point, which is kind of crazy to say. And everybody will wish that they had Bitcoin miners, especially even just at home. So the future of Bitcoin mining at home for me looks like, no, you're in your house, you're gonna be there for a while, or you develop a setup that could be easily moved with solar, and you essentially produce enough power to run a certain mining rig, right? People think that you need all these panels like we put up here at our house to offset our house and run a Bitcoin miner in order to, Bitcoin mine at home, right? And my electricity bill is zeroed out and then some. But here's the deal is, I built that with the fullest of full-size Bitcoin miners in mind, and really additional things there as well. But let's say you're just setting out to run like the Mini 3 or the Avalon Q. It's a lot easier and cheaper to generate the electricity you need to run this device, right? And then you go down one. Well, obviously, this is going to be twice as easy to run the Mini 3 comparatively off your solar at home. Right now, I've been producing about 4 megawatt hours or more per month, which is pretty cool. You can see my line graph here. You can see the bar graph for this month. And, I'm here for it. A lot of people, holy moly. All right, I'm not so short anymore. Everything's f***ed up today. Watch your mouth. So Bitcoin mining is here to stay. Bitcoin's here to stay. I think it's got a very heavy net worth future in this world of uncertainty. A digital asset with a supply cap of 21 million that's being rapidly adopted throughout the world is nothing short of incredibly interesting, appealing, and likely to continue to be lucrative. I can't give you financial advice, but I can tell you I'm putting my money where my mouth is with solo mining Bitcoin, adding more full-size Bitcoin miners to the VoskCoin mining farm, and investing in solar to have some of my own energy production out here, diversify my investment, and everything in between. So anyway, that's where my head's at. That's what I'm doing. This is the latest Bitcoin mining news. I am stoked for the difficulty drop. Are you? I'd love to hear. And other things I want to hear from you about is I'd love for you to head over to VoskCoinTalk.com, or just click the link I'll put in the description and enter the Bitcoin miner giveaway. What are you waiting for? 10 seconds of tails, that's what. I'll see you next time. It's kind of offset. Am I offset? I don't know. Goodbye.